Hey guys, welcome to Blade and Soul. So this is, I made it to the very far end of the game, I guess. So this is my Force Master. It's kind of my main character. Well, yeah, it pretty much is my main character. My Destroyer is like the secondary character. I made it all the way up to 428 attack power. It's only been about a month or two since the game's been released. And I've been playing it just to figure out what's up. I'm actually kind of like tired of doing these daily things now. It's like, oh god, what else is there to do? And crafting takes a lifetime. But so I guess I'll go over like kind of my skills here, so you kind of get an idea of what I was doing to kill stuff really fast. Almost in every party I'm almost like top damage. Even when I have points into like no threat or whatever, like sometimes I put these skills into no threat. Wait, where's my PvE tree? Here's my PvE tree. So I actually have like stuff that like does not increase threat, but because I still do so much damage, the boss is practically always on me, so I don't even know if I want to keep those in there. This is only for PvE. I don't have any PvP trees. Like I have a PvP tree, but I don't like PvP is always, you're supposed to adapt to every situation, so there's not really anything. So that's why it's like PvE. This isn't really like a build or a guide thing. This is kind of just how I play. And with PvE here, so I have Inferno obviously to this one because it's instant cast and it causes burning. And then with Blazing Palm, I actually put it to the tier 4 stage 1. I don't actually use this one. I know some other Force Masters were like bitching about, oh, I hope you don't have the Blazing Palm that pops the Ember Explosion. Actually, if you have two Force Masters on the team, you should be able to juggle burning status on a boss permanently with this. So then your Ember stacks will always explode at 5. And then you'll have extra like 2k or 1 to 2k extra damage per shot on the Blazing Palm because there's so many Ember stacks being made. And idiots who don't use it or make use of this is just, well, they're idiots. And it's also in this particular branch because it generates Flame Orbits, and then Flame Orbits lets you fire off Dragon Blaze. Dragon Blaze is extremely good, especially if you have a Fire Burning Soul going on. Burning Soul passive, it lets the Dragon Blaze grant you 40% extra fire damage, so all your fire spells suddenly do 40% more damage. Supposedly. I know the mathematics behind it is a little weird, because I crit for 7k, but when I have the buff on, my crits become only 9k. That's not exactly 40%. 40% would bring it to about like 11k or 10k. So I don't exactly know how the math works there, but whatever, it's still a buff, and you do extra damage with every shot. Frostpalm obviously onto the right side here for PvE because it generates frost orbits, and the reason why you have both of these palms in these particular sections is because they generate orbits. You don't want to generate orbits off Fire Fury or Frost Fury because these things take forever. I mean, if they were faster, I'd use it. Sometimes I only like mash the F button to fire off like 1 or 2 shots. I don't actually let it go all the way through, because once you use it once, it generates an orbit, and then once you have both orbits, you get Dual Dragons out. And Dual Dragons is a gigantic shockwave that hits about 15k on crit with my attack power. Like with my attack power, you hit about 15-16k. And with like damage buffs against like Venomous, Thrasher or whatever, I've crit like 33k before and just dropped the damn boss really quick. Windstorm, this is obviously for PvE only, so if somebody grabs the boss, you can actually just wail on them like Dragon Ball and go and then like their numbers just fly out like nuts. And okay, so then Frost Armor, this is into this particular branch because it does AoE damage, so this is also for more AoE clearing. If you're trying to solo stuff, I mean, I've soloed all 4 Moonwater Dungeons. And some of them took forever. Dokumo takes forever. Hall of Ogong takes forever. And like Hogdonny is probably the fastest if I have to do it the legit way. Well, there's no illegit way. It's just you grab all the mobs down the hallway because killing them one by one takes forever. And then you just turn around the wall. And when you walk around a wall, all the ranged mobs also come up to you melee range. And then you just bomb all of them in the one spot. So yeah, so that's this. And then so when your HP goes down low enough and you have like 50 mobs around you, well, guess what? Every hit that this Frost Armor does, you get lifesteal for every target hit around you, so you pretty much go back to full HP. This is 1 point in to get out of stuns and dazes rather than just knockdowns. Impact, I bring it down to this particular branch because it does AoE, and it's also a 16 range, so you can snipe things with this as opposed to like Force Blast over here where it's targeted and it's homing. I mean, if the bosses aren't exactly moving a lot and you just keep your screen centered on the boss, so then impact just goes straight, and it also does extra damage on frozen dudes. So if you have a huge mob sitting in a cold snap in a meteor storm, and then you toss an impact, everything's suddenly burning in that entire row, and then that also stunned and knocked back for 1 whole second. It's amazing. It's amazeballs, okay? Blazing Beam, I have this at, you can generally get by with just tier 2 stage 3, but I have it on stage 3 to generate more ember stacks. So when an enemy's burning, it generates 3 ember stacks, plus the Blazing Palm, it's an extra 1. So then it's 4, and then by the next shot or whatever of Blazing Beam, it'll add 5 stack, and then the following Blazing Palm will pop the 5 stack, and then it'll explode for extra damage. On top of, if the enemy is burning, the Blazing Beam also does an extra 1,800 to 1,600 extra damage. So it's about like 4 or 5k a shot, non-crit. So that's kind of where the damage kind of just goes crazy when an enemy's burning. Glacial Beam is literally just to freeze a dude, or to instant stun a boss. Use this just to stop attacks, or cancel AoEs like Blood Main's map-wide AoE. Wildfire, this is also the descriptions in this game are really fucking pissing me off. Like, seriously, I just want to fucking gut check somebody, whoever wrote this shit. It says burn lasts for 4 sec. So what that means is that it actually extends burning. It doesn't actually cause burning. So if an enemy is burning and you throw wildfire on them, then it will extend that burning back to 4 seconds. That's only if it's under 4 seconds. It doesn't bring it past, like, so a regular burning stage from impact or inferno is like 6 seconds. If you throw wildfire on it, it'll still count down from 6 down to 4, and then 4, it'll just repeat 4 until wildfire finishes or whatever. It's so fucking annoying. I don't know who the fuck wrote this shit. It should say like extends it up to 4 seconds or something, not lasts for 4 sec, not burn lasts for 4 secs. That makes no. So wildfire, this is also to generate a crazy amount of ember stacks. And look at you know how this thing works? When you throw wildfire, it actually chains around the same target. So if it's one target, it'll hit that same target 5 times or whatever, depending on how many points you have. And it says damage to a maximum of 5 consecutive enemies. And because I know it works this way, if you look at Blazing Palm here, it says damage to a maximum of 3 consecutive enemies. I would so use this if this actually bounced on the same target, but it doesn't. So it uses the exact same wording, but the mechanic works completely different. It is fucking atrocious. Who the fuck wrote this shit? So, like, Jesus! And then Cold Snap, we have it here to this one in particular because on every critical hit, on every hit basically, for an enemy within the Cold Snap, you regenerate 1 focus, and then when you pair that with Meteor Shower, it causes burning and like, well, Meteor Shower does a fuck ton while an enemy's burning. It's like 7 to 8k a second for 5 seconds on a burning enemy. And then while Meteor Storm's hitting, it also causes regeneration from the Cold Snap. So on every hit from the Meteor Shower, you're getting a focus back, so you can continuously pummel an enemy. Short Fuse, I used to go on this right side here because it used to automatically explode, and burning only lasts 5 seconds, but I changed that over back to the left side for the reasons because the burn is like 10 seconds long, and for the 30 seconds that it's on cooldown or whatever, that's when you juggle like Wildfire, Inferno, or you actually count the 5 Ember stacks and then you impact and cause burning, and then you extend it with Wildfire and continue. So, and then Divine Veil, I always have it on this one because the shield moves with you and then it reduces a lot of damage. If you got spare points, you can always put it in for more accuracy decrease. And then backstep at least 1 point. This is just for mobility. So when you run out of sprinting, turn your camera around and then use it so you actually move 14 meters the way you want to move forward. So that's such a backwards way of using it, but you know, it works and it's hella far. And Burning Soul, that's pretty obvious. This is all for fire boosting. And then when you're soloing dungeons and you have like a huge amount of mobs, you obviously want to switch your Blazing Beam over to Dragonchar here. So just to the left side, and then it becomes a gigantic flamethrower. So the flamethrower just goes like this. It's like huge. It's like 2 rows. And you just toss this around and then once you have dual dragons out, you just fire that away, and then away it goes. Everything dies. Everything dies. So obviously this is at 45, Hongmoon level 5. At Hongmoon level 5 you get 2 extra skill points. And that's kind of it, guys. So here's some gameplay for you. If you've got any questions or improvements that I could do upon, let me know in the comments below, because obviously this is just how I play, but I'm always at top DPS, so I don't know if there's anything else better out there. This is just what I figured out. And then obviously when 50 content comes, most of this changes. One thing I really wanted to get was the True Inferno volume. It says Flame Orbit Volume 2 there, but you know, in the marketplace it's actually called Inferno Volume 2, because whoever translated this shit is a piece of shit. Like, I don't know why they don't talk to each other or whatever. See, look, it says Inferno, Train Tier 5, Stage 1 and 3. And guess what? In the skill tree, it says Tier 5, Stage 1, Flame Orbit Volume 2, Flame Orbit Volume 2. Like, fucking shit, man. Like, this game is 5 years old. This is why I'm so relentless on criticism here. It's because it's 5 fucking years old. And then the game is also, like, at least 10 years in development. And people keep asking me, like, why do you like Black Desert so much? It's because it's new, and I'm giving it a lot more slack than this, where this should be a polished fucking diamond by now. But it's not. It's a... Ugh. Just... Here's gameplay.
again. You cannot do that right now.
kill.
Action has started.